It's like this sort of nebulous sort of concept. You go, have game, man, have game. To me, what game means is just the ability to have the right sort of conversation with a girl, have the right sort of body language, the calibration, and charisma. Charisma. People follow you because they like you, because they want to follow you, not because they have to. Okay? You're a high-value alpha male. Too many guys have this underlying belief in all their interactions that they're not worthy. And that fucks them up. It comes out, just in a very small moment. Like everything's seems to be going really well. Everyone's laughing, everyone's having a great time, and then just in a little moment, they just drop their eyes, and then in that moment, the girls see that it's all an act. It's all an act, because deep down, they don't truly believe that they're the high-value alpha male. They haven't given themselves the permission to be that. So for the first 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, lead the conversation, keep talking. If you're just going to go up there and ask questions, whose reality are you in? You're in her reality. Yeah? Set the frame. Lead the way. Engage friends, obstacles, don't be afraid to talk to others. Oz talked about that yesterday. Yeah?
What do you talk about for the first 10, 20 minutes?
I'll talk about that now. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Interaction with women. Male, female polarities. Okay? This was very, very, very important to me. This was something that this is something that got me out of one of my plateaus. I was going out for a while, and it was this realization that took me to another level. If I was to say to you, what are some qualities? What does masculinity mean to you? What would you say? Let's hear some.
Not apologize for your actions.
Don't apologize for your actions? Yep. Go on.
Dominance.
Dominance? Yep.
Power.
Power? Yep.
The ability to lead.
Lead? Yep. Come on. Decisions? This is great. I want to keep it coming. Because I want you guys to have a group understanding of what masculinity means. Go.
The lion in the jungle.
The lion in the jungle. Wonderful. Go on.
Leader of men.
Leader of men. Yeah? In terms of how masculinity, what does masculinity sort of look like? If you were to sort of give it a form, what would you say masculinity looks like? Powerful force. Would you say it looked like something like this? An arrow? A straight arrow? With direction? Yeah? With a path? Would you say that? Yep. What would you say that femininity, what does femininity mean to you? Dandelions, flowery. Yeah? Go on. Indecision. Yeah? Good, good. The receivers. Yeah? Emotional, submissive. Problems, good. Yeah, this is true. Drama. Yeah? Would you say that femininity is a bit of a woo-woo-woo sort of concept? Yeah? So you would say femininity, ooh, ooh, I got a new mobile phone. Oh, but it doesn't have radio. Oh, but it's pink. Ooh. Yeah. Masculinity, femininity. What am I constantly seeing, though? I'm constantly seeing when I'm out in the field, I see guys doing this. It's like, oh, she talked to me. Oh, but she rejected me. Oh, she's laughing again. But her friends are talking to her. What we need to be doing is this. Hey, you. I think you're very hot. Come over here and talk to me. Let me take you away from your friends. Come over here. Sit down. Lead the way. Have a direction. Because when you don't have a direction, you're making her want to be this. And girls don't want to be this. And the girls who are like this, you don't want to be with them. Because they tend to be fat and bald. Yeah. Male-female polarities. You need to have this. There needs to be a masculine and a feminine in order to have sexual attraction. Yeah? You see this constantly in couples. You always see, even in gay couples, lesbians, whatever, there's always like a giver and a receiver. There's always one that makes the decision. There's always like the emotional one. Yeah. So this is in everything that in all your interactions with girls, from the very beginning when you're first trying to pick her up, to later on when you're dating and you're deciding which restaurant to go to, later on how much money you want to spend on your wedding. Next point is reward good behavior, punish bad behavior, and do so by giving her more or less attention accordingly. Because for girls, validation comes through attention. As men, validation comes through sex. Yeah? Guys, for a guy to have a good night, usually when he's single, he has a good night. A good night means, hey man, I fucking pulled. I got laid. It's like, yeah. And all your mates are like, you're the fucking man. And it's like, yeah, I am the fucking man. I'm never gonna have problems with girls ever again because I know how to do it. But yeah, validation is through sex. Whereas with girls, they gain validation through having a lot of attention. Have you guys got female friends or sisters or whatever, have you ever heard them say, I had such a great night, I wore this little black dress or whatever, and all the eyes in the room were looking at me. All the guys wanted to talk to me. All the girls were all so jealous of me. Have any of you guys ever heard of that? Yeah? Pardon?
Like at weddings.
Yeah, weddings.
Bride is always the one.
Absolutely. The one who gets the most, for girls, validation comes through attention. Yeah? So how can you use this to your advantage? Use this to your advantage by rewarding her more attention when she's doing something good, when she's being really nice to you, when she's asking you questions, she wants to get into rapport, she's giving you compliments. You should reward her with more validation. You should turn your body more towards her. Ask her questions, respond accordingly. Yeah? Yesterday on boot camp, my student right there, he's like, I don't get this cocky funny thing. I thought you're supposed to be cocky funny. You don't need to be cocky funny when she's already sort of turned into you, wide eyes, mouth hanging out. So where are you from? What do you do? You want to similarly turn into her, pay her some, make her feel good about it. Whereas if she's giving you shit, if she's throwing up like a shit test to you, withdraw yourself, turn away a bit. It's like, huh? Make her feel like what she's doing is weird. It's like, huh? It's like, why'd you ask me that? That's weird. You're a weird chick. Yeah. Don't be afraid to take charge and sweep her off her feet. Have you guys read interviews with celebrities, like female celebrities and things, right? All these girls, all these women, they're very hot. They have all the money in the world. And in the interview, the interviewer always asks them, what do you want? And they always say, all I want is a guy to come and sweep me off my feet. All I want is a guy who, the white knight in shining armor. The one she can sort of submit to. Yeah? It happens to, this is something that from the highest status girls, they all want this. Lead with passion and conviction. Be the ravisher. Yeah? Don't do it in a Nancy boy, can I kiss you type of way. Take charge. Grab her. Caveman her. In the very simplest form is cavemanning. Slam her against the wall, grab her head, make out with her. Be the ravisher. You'll be surprised how well this works. The first time I heard about this, I was like, what? I thought that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to be respectful. You're supposed to make sure that she's giving you all the go signals and stuff. I thought you were supposed to, buy her dinner and drinks and buy her a car or something before she lets you do it. But no, first time I heard about this, this whole just taking charge, being the ravisher, I tried it out. It's like, pushed her against the wall, pressed myself against her, I was half expecting her to go, get the hell off me, I'm calling the cops. But no, she relented. She's like, that was a big aha moment for me. And now it's something that I try to do consistently. And it works consistently. Why? Because it's femininity. And keep the initiative to the very end. Okay? To the very end. A lot of guys sort of get to a stage where they're like, it's like, I haven't been here before. Maybe I'll let her try it. I'll let her do it. I'll let her show me the way. No. What ends up happening is she'll walk out the door. To the very end. The car analogy. This is something that my friend Tux, one of my mentors, as I was developing myself in the game, this is a little analogy he told me. Is that as a guy with a girl, when you start the conversation, when you start the interaction, it's like both of you hop into a car. Both of you hop into a car to this destination. The destination is like bang bang land. It's a destination that you want. It's a destination that she wants. Okay? And you hop into the car, and you're chatting away and stuff, and you're driving along. You're driving along towards bang bang land. And all of a sudden, she grabs the wheel and tries to turn you off. Tries to take you down a different path. It's like, take me home. Like, no. Your responsibility as a man is to grab hold of that steering wheel and grab tightly and know where you're going.
Yes.
And she'll do this constantly. She'll grab hold of the wheel and she's like, nah. She'll do that through shit tests. Every time she does a shit test, she's trying to grab the wheel. But why is she grabbing the wheel? She's testing to see if you're a good enough driver for her. She's trying to test to see if you're a good enough man for her. Okay? It doesn't mean that she doesn't want to get laid, because she sure as hell wants to get laid. If you ever talk to girls, like, I haven't gotten laid for 3 weeks. I haven't gotten laid for 3 months. She wants to get fucked. Beep, the video. But she wants the right man to do it. Okay? She wants the strong enough driver. And that's what you have to have in your mind when you're out there. The attitude. The attitude of a real pickup artist. Someone who has power and true self-confidence. Yeah? Every time you walk into a room, you walk into the bar, you walk into a social gathering, you walk into a club, you have to walk in there with someone who has a lot of power backing you up. Or at least convey or project that image. Because you don't want to be walking in there being the low self-esteem, wee little guy. Because that's not what they're after. Can you think of any girl? Does anyone here honestly think that girls would ever want something like that? Just anyone? No? So why are you acting that way? So why are guys out there walking into the club going, and try to get laid doing that? It's not going to happen. True self-confidence. True self-confidence says, I'm confident because I'm internally validated. I don't need to put others down in order to feel good about myself. I feel good about myself anyway. I'm assured of who I am. It comes from within. And the power. A lot of you guys have successes in other areas of your life to draw upon. Don't forget that. A lot of you guys run your own companies. You're leaders in your fields. Have pride in that. It's true power. A lot of the girls that you end up talking to, like, they're just hairdressers, and the girls who don't know what the hell to do with their lives. I see guys who are like CEOs, and they're talking to some chick who just dropped out of community college, and they're getting all nervous. The CEO guy's getting all nervous. It's like, ooh, she doesn't want to talk to me. It's like, fuck her. Why the hell do you care? You shouldn't care. For me, the whole power thing. When I first started off, I really went with fake it till you make it. I walked in, and me and my friend, Flynn, back there, one of my wingmen, back in Australia, in Melbourne, we did this little routine where, we'd tell people that I was the Prince of Burma.